Yeah, I think if you're talking that way, I think one of the best, but he's the best. He's the best to ever do it. For now, at least for now. You know, there's nobody that went in with that kind of domination. And say what you will about him ducking Aspinall, if he did, you have to respect that. The man is 37, 38 years old, and people say, oh, he's ducking Aspinall. He won the belt when he was 23 years old, the youngest ever champion. He's only faced the best of the best. He's beaten guys like DC, was a double division champion twice. He's beaten the best of the best, and he's made it look easy, actually. So, you know, no doubt, Jon Jones is for now, as it stands right now, to me, the greatest of all time.
Why do you think everyone is so bent out of shape?
I think because he does this thing that he does, and he just strings everyone along and lies and tells this and says that, and then he's like smug about it, and then he's arrogant, and then he's not being genuine, man. We just want a genuine answer out of you, bro. Not some bull crap, string everybody along, tell them, oh, well, maybe this, oh, Are you gonna fight or not? I think that's what everybody's mad about, is just trying to play with all of us, bro. Like, just tell, if you're done, say you're done. If you're not done, say let's go, but I want more money, or I want this, and that's it. Don't say, well, we'll see, there's a big announcement coming out, and then it's nothing. You know, I think that's why people are so mad.
Let's go knees. Knees up the middle. Fire the core. Breathe through the belly.
All the blame can't be cast on the Taporia side because he has reason. I love Armand. I think he's the man. I think he is the just #1 contender, and I think he should have the opportunity to fight for the belt. He has earned that. He has earned that more than Paddy has at this point. He has earned that more than Justin has at this point. And I'm speaking of a guy, Justin Gaethje, who's one of my best friends. But you have to look at the other side. When I was fighting with Jones, I was unreliable at times. I pulled out of a fight. Him and I had the issues where he had to pull out of fights. It's not easy to go back down that path. But what we had was the need for each other. We knew the biggest fights were together. So we just kept going down that path. Taporia has options. I don't know if he feels like it's that much of a difference in what he sells between Paddy or Justin. So when he's looking at these options, he's going, well, Paddy has a following, so I get it. Paddy was the guy inside the octagon, so I get it. But I also get that reservation to go back down that path, seeing, even though it wasn't against you, what happened in Los Angeles. 24 hours notice, someone had to fight. Islam Makhachev. The only person I just believe that Ilya would, without a doubt, fight is Islam. When that fight will be brought to the table, he'll always go back and revisit that because that's the biggest fight that he could get. And a fight between him and Islam is much bigger than the fight between him and any of those other guys.
Merab's a problem, bro. He's a problem because he's a genetic freak. Like, that guy don't get tired, right? He really doesn't. He's pretty durable and he's got great cardio. Something that he does very well is he never puts himself in danger. He's never in that middle ground, right? He's always all the way out and using his footwork popping, or he's all the way in smothering you, making you work to get him off you, right? So that's a problem.
He might be a diet genius as well.
I don't think so. I think it's genetic. So everyone's got a crossover point of when you start burning carbs. When you start burning carbs, you start producing lactic acid. So when I first met my coach, Sam Calavita, my crossover point was a heart rate of 141. Anytime my heart rate got above 141, I started burning carbs for energy. Everything before that, I was burning fat. Well, after I met Sam and I switched my diet up, I started training lactic threshold and doing the right kind of exercises to increase my heart rate. My new heart rate went to about 158. So from 141 to 158 is when I started burning carbs for energy. I increased my base from the way that I was training, the way I was eating. Now I trained my body and my mind specifically to learn how to be in that lactic threshold. Everyone's got one. Everyone's a little bit different genetically, right? So I'd be in the red zone when my heart rate got to 170 to 185. That's like my lactic threshold. And when you're getting there, you're revving the engine to where eventually you're going to burn out. Well, I had to train that to not only make that zone larger, but also to train my mind to be able to stay in that zone and be able to deal with lactic threshold and not get tired. So you can train it, but also there's a lot of people, which I think Merab is this way, are genetically made to where they're gonna either burn carbs for energy later for the energy system, or they have a lactic threshold that's through the roof. And I think his mind, very mentally strong, he's been able to deal with being in that lactic threshold and not letting it break.
One of the things that I really struggled with in the early days of commentary is that regular sports people were starting to do MMA commentary, and they were talking about fighters the same way they would talk about like a football player who drops a pass or a basketball player who misses a shot, very disrespectfully. Choked. They were saying a lot of shit. I was like, hey, you don't know what the you're talking about. Like, this is the wrong sport to be coming over here and talking like that.
For sure, man.
And the early days in particular, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of people that they wanted to get credit for their work by just being that arrogant. There's like a bunch of those people in the sports world that are just like insulting, and then there's a long history of athletes meeting those people and fucking them up and slapping them, and it's because it's super disrespectful, and I don't know why, but there's like a culture, particularly in America, that embraces that and that likes that, because that's the kind of talk that like dum-dums have when they're on the job. And like, did you see him last night? Good loser. Missed that 3-pointer. You should have passed the ball. Like, shut the fuck up, man.
Nikita Hand has initiated a new civil lawsuit against Conor McGregor, along with 2 individuals he had planned to call as witnesses in his now abandoned appeal. Hand filed the case yesterday, seeking damages from McGregor, Samantha O'Reilly, and Stephen Cummins. She claims the trio were involved in a malicious abuse of the legal process. This follows Conor's failed appeal of a high court jury's verdict, which found him liable for raping Hand at a Dublin hotel in December 2018. As part of his appeal, Conor had intended to present testimony from O'Reilly and Cummins, who claimed to be former neighbors of Nikita Hand. They suggested her former boyfriend was responsible for the bruises seen on her body following her evening with Conor McGregor on the 9th of December 2018. McGregor argued this theory could have offered an alternative explanation for the injuries, which he denied causing. Hand, however, asserted that their statements were false. Interestingly, this line of defense was dropped on the very day the appeal hearing was scheduled to begin. The Court of Appeal noted that the attempt to submit this new evidence was withdrawn under somewhat mysterious circumstances, with no convincing explanation provided. Conor released a statement saying, "I offered this person or her team nothing. It was always them attempting to seek compensation to settle. I am also of the belief it was them who leaked to press of a €1 million offer to settle that they refused when the accusations first came out. All of this was absolute lies. No chance was I settling with someone making these heinous lies about me. I was and will always go forward where I know the truth." And in actual fact, amidst Nikita's testimony, and after she was just caught in a lie under oath, her legal team at that moment went to mine and asked, "Will I settle for €3 million?" The trial had began, and it was just her story out there. And when she was caught in lies, and before I had even a chance to respond, they asked me to settle. I said no chance. The truth and only the truth shall set you free. God bless it. I was on the stand in a world of fog being accused of a crime I didn't commit, and that I was actually cleared of criminally and exonerated by every witness present, as well as believed twice over by the public prosecutor, but still up on a stand civilly in absolute shock. Some say the case never went criminal because there was lack of evidence. That is not the case. It is the opposite. There was so much evidence. They had hours of footage of the victim after the supposed attempted murder and rape of her, partying away, messaging away, leaving the hotel, coming back, etc., up and down in the lobby of the hotel, absolutely everywhere and back, and twice, not a fucking bother, smiling, laughing, dancing, kissing, biting, play fighting. It's some watch. I was home hours and this is all going on, all seen clearly with all the CCTV footage and backed up by multiple eyewitnesses. I wasn't even allowed to introduce crucial evidence that was a part of the criminal investigation. Decision to bin it. It's been some eye-opener this entire process. I tell you that, good folks. What has taken place here throughout these twice thrown in the bin criminal accusations is an absolute travesty. How people sleep at night is beyond me. I'm sure they don't. Not soundly anyway, no way. Impossible. To falsely accuse someone of rape and lose, then attempt to ignore that fact, brush it under the rug is truly heinous on another level. Why these two witnesses were not called, I will never know. It was on the very morning of. They were present and very eager to testify. It seemed they were pulled out of fear from my appointed team, to be honest. For what I don't know, these people said they've seen something. Let us all hear. If it's legit, great. It sounds very legit to me. If it's not, it's on them. Even Steven, why he was never called originally also. I am happy this is still ongoing. Hopefully we hear from all. I fight on with the truth and will continue to defend myself. Ireland, amidst this shakedown, don't let it distract you. You can see what I am up against here, and we knew this would always be the case. We fight on.
I back. Trust me, I back.